Hello, I'm Robert, and you're welcome here in my busy little shop. On today's episode of What's on My Workbench, we're going to talk about some tooling tools. I've got a tool here that I've been using for a while. I've got, I think, 3 different belt designs that this tool shows up in. It's V406, and I was using it the other day, and it's like, this isn't feeling right, and then I realized I'd bent it. And so I tried to straighten it up a little bit. It's really thin here where this is designed, and it's a fairly narrow tool. So you probably shouldn't be striking it very hard, but maybe I was more focused on where I was placing the tool and not how hard. But I ended up ordering some tools here. I want to see if I've got a close enough facsimile to where I can switch over, because I need to tool 2 more belts, and it requires this tool to get it done. So let's go over here on the workbench and see how this is going to work out. I do appreciate you taking time to be with me in the shop today. So let's take a look at this. I ended up ordering a couple of tools that I thought would maybe do the job. I could have ordered another one of these V406, but I thought I'd go a different direction, and you guys probably won't be terribly surprised. A couple different tools. They're the same design. A lot of packaging for what keeps getting smaller and smaller here. I'm hoping that this is close enough that it's a direct replacement. And this tool here, I occasionally have thought, if it was slightly smaller, it would be better off. And so I ordered what I think is the same size, and then one that's smaller to see. We'll see if this is going to work as a replacement. I'm a little concerned about the size of it. Let me get some leather here, and I'll get some moisture in it. We'll try these out. So while we wait for this leather to equal out on the casing, let's take a quick look at these. This is the lined and scalped Vayner 0 and lined and scalped Vayner 00. They're $35 a piece, and that's these 2 tools right here. So now you know what they are, and probably hard to see here. I think you can kind of see in that area. This is the Tandy tool that I'm hoping that it will replace, and I think I've said a couple times it's the V406. This area here, it's really thin, and it buckled there and not much there, but this side here, when they formed this tool, and I'm assuming they mashed it, forged it, and then did a little grinding on it, but it is really thin there, like less than 32nd of an inch. And so it buckled right there where this grinding line is at. These tools here are meatier on the back side here. That's more than a 1/16 of an inch there, and it's really thick here where that transitions to it. This tool here, I think, it looks like tip to tip, it's essentially the same, which is, I think that's a 1/2 inch, and this is 3/8 of an inch. Let's see how this looks here. That's the Barry King, and this is the Tandy. They look about the same. You can see more scallop on the inside of this Tandy tool than this one here, but I think for what I'm doing, it will end up working. I do wish it had bigger scallops on the inside, and I couldn't find anything in the Barry King catalog that was like that. I will say their catalog is a little bit of a challenge to view and to go through. There's the smaller version of the same thing. Let's nestle one inside the other. There they are there. I've probably got too much moisture in this leather. I do think I like that look a little bit more. We'll have to make a belt here and see if it's going to be an issue. I did think that the width was a little bit too big on it. Let me push this inside there. This is, even though they look the same tip to tip, it looks like that there's about a 1/16 of an inch smaller on the Barry King, which is going to work in my favor there. Yeah, let's, I'm going to go ahead and set up on my belt. And this isn't a belt making video, it was about these tools. But let's see how they tool and we'll get an idea there. Let's take a look here. I've got enough on here now. And let's test this. The way I've been using this stamp is I'll go right here with this tool. And I've got plenty of moisture in here, so I need to be pretty light-handed with it. I'm just visually centering on top of this double axe head pattern, also from Barry King. I do wish Barry would put part numbers on the tools. I get people all the time asking me what the tool is, and I have to go try to figure it out in the catalog. I probably never should have bent that other tool. You know, you should be able to control a lot of that depth with the casing and the leather. But like I said, I was probably focused on what I was doing, and I just set those center ones, and it was drier, and I was using my bigger maul on it. And I got part of the way down the belt, it just started feeling funny, and it was because it was buckling, and I wasn't having that direct energy into the leather through the tool. And I had been thinking about replacing the existing Tandy tool with a Barry King. I just hadn't gotten around to it. I like this pattern. I think it really is a cool look, and it moves along pretty quickly. And I finish it off with my mule's foot here. It's really a cool design. I think it looks really nice. I probably need to make one of these for myself. I say that on several of these. I had somebody ask me not long ago how many belts I have in my collection that I wear, and I think I've got, I'll call it 3, because because I have the belts I wear here in Colorado and in Arizona, and they don't move back and forth with me, so I think I have 3 in each location: a black, a brown, and a golden brown belt. All right, let's get out a belt of this design. Let's see how they look together. I think that will work. So it's a little bit hard to tell because this is in golden brown, obviously. That's natural. I think it's going to work. I do see a little bit more scalloped edge on the inside here, and I do like that. This is a finer scalloped edge, but I think for replacing that Tandy tool, this Barry King is going to work fine. And it is, I did want it a little bit more open here, and this one is that way, so I probably didn't need to buy the 3/8 inch one that I have, which is this one here. I think that's going to be the right size because I could test this on, well, I guess this is really the task, and it meets that. Let me turn the camera around here real quick. So here's that finished design. I think it turned out really nice. The tools here, I'm not saying you have to buy Barry King. I don't know how much this tool is. I guess I could look up that V406 tool. I'm thinking, I've had this for probably 4 or 5 years, so I've got my money's worth out of it. It was, I think, less than $10. You know, this is $35. I will be disappointed if it ever bends, but it is really pretty meaty back in there where it needs to deliver the energy to the face of that. And like I said before, I probably struck it too hard, but I think if I struck this one too hard, it would just drive through the leather and, you know, make a cut instead of a tooling mark. So I do agree. I had a few people say that I'm like a bull in a china shop when I'm tooling leather. That's fine. I think, you know, everybody has to find the niche in which they work, and I think my belts work really pretty well. I think the Barry King tools are worth the investment, at least for me. I did count a little while ago. I was doing a different video, and the question kind of came up to myself, but I've got, I think, probably about 75 of the Barry King tools. So I've got some money invested in there, that's for sure. I've got very few of the Tandy. I did pick up a couple of Tandy from Bruce Johnson at Prescott. This is an older craft tool, a V417. It's a huge scalloped veining tool there, and I've got a couple ideas on using that. So I don't have a problem with, you know, buying other tools. It's just I've kind of started down that path, and Barry King makes it easy, at least for me, because I go to at least one show a year, and he's got them all set up, and you can try them all and see how they work. So it's pretty hard to avoid buying the Barry King tools. People do. And there are more expensive tools than that out there. So anyway, I think we beat that around the bush enough. Are Barry King tools worth the investment? I believe they are. But I have another video out, and it probably came out before this one, on some brass options. So check out that video and see what you think there as well. Enough said. I do appreciate you being here with me in the shop today. Please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, I do hope you have a great day.